Hello all, and another glorious day here in Dublin. So heading home from work, and thought that I would give my thoughts, my next video on my thoughts of the King's visit to the United States for the 250th anniversary of the American War of Independence. So today I want to talk about why really this visit, for all its good qualities and for all the fact that both people in Britain and in the US have lauded it as a great success for diplomacy, why at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. And the reason being is that the King of England has no real political power. He's a chief diplomat, yes, but it's all pomp, it's all ceremony, it's all just laying on with a trowel the positive aspects of the relationship between the US and the UK and the greater Commonwealth. At the end of the day, and we've already seen this happening, the King's visit will amount to very little of a change between US and UK politics, because the underlying issue that is there is that the Trump administration is not exactly overly pleased with the UK at the moment, and just wheeling out the King is not really going to change that. Trump has already begun to twist the King's words into saying that King Charles would have supported the UK being involved in the war in Iran, which is something the King of England would absolutely in no way say publicly or say to another head of state. It goes completely against the powers and the restrictions placed on what the King can and cannot say. He can't go against the will of his own people, and his own government is an extension of that, despite what he might think privately. And it's pretty clear from his speech and from other comments that have come out of Buckingham Palace that the royal family as a whole really does not support this whole war with Iran. However, Trump will just basically make things up as he goes, and he's been doing that for years, and this is just another example of that. The second thing is that it doesn't change the relationship between Trump and Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK, and we've already seen that. Like just a few hours ago, Trump has already come out in a press conference and said that despite his good relationship with the King, he still has a bee in his bonnet with regards to Sir Keir Starmer's government deciding not to get directly involved in the Iranian war, to provide support in a defensive capacity rather than anything else. This is still something he's griping about. So, will it make any big difference? No, it won't. The nature of politics at the moment indicates that it's more in Trump's favour to take potshots at the Prime Minister of England, use him as a scapegoat for why the war isn't going well, rather than actually own up to the fact that this war is a complete and utter disaster. It's a very different situation to when the Queen came to Ireland, which that visit I keep referring back to, because the Irish government and the people of Ireland literally saw her visit as a direct bridge between our two nations, and it did have very positive consequences down the line, as all sides wanted to see peace and reconciliation take place between the peoples of both Ireland and Britain. Whereas Trump has no interest in that. None whatsoever. It's basically what he can get out of it. And we've already seen that. So the King is leaving the UK later on today, heading to Barbados or Bermuda, I'm not quite sure which. And we'll see what the reaction of Trump is once he's actually left the shores and all the pomp and ceremony has died down. Now, on one side, however, except for that gaffe about Sir Keir Starmer, Trump was on his best behaviour with regard to the King, and it seems that the visit has gone off quite well with regard to no major hiccups developing between both Britain and no major new hiccups developing between Britain and the UK. But don't expect it to be all back to rosy, a rosy, happy relationship once the King is gone, because it's very unlikely to happen. All right, take care. Bye bye.